Tribe, if there was one thing you could improve about your marriage right now, what would it be?
Would you deepen your connection with your partner so you can both work on getting the results that you desire and deserve?
Or what about bringing more awareness to your marriage about how thoughtful you are, being mindful and intentional in your relationship?
Or do you simply just want to solve complex problems that always pop up in our lives? To have difficult conversations and still maintain some clarity, understanding, and have a feeling of compassionate collaboration.
So, why don't we embark on a journey that will make our marriages stronger, happier, and more intimate than it's ever been?
And you can do that with our new 18-part video training series called Raising the B.A.R. This video training series will help you apply the relationship success formula that we've applied and helped other couples around the world in at least 33 different countries.
And just so you know, Raising the B.A.R, B.A.R is an acronym and it stands for beliefs, actions, results.
Because ultimately, when we look at our relationships, specifically our marriages, we want to create a belief system that's going to dictate our actions on a daily basis. And it's those actions that are going to yield the results that we want.
Right.
Don't delay. Go to the show notes. Click on Raising the B.A.R so you can actually get the results that you want by implementing those beliefs and actions today.
Okay, let's get ready for the podcast. All right.
Welcome to episode 201 of the Married into Crazy podcast with Snooks and Lovey.
I'm Snooks.
And I'm Lovey. And we want to welcome each and every one of you back. And I want to give an apology up front.
To me?
No,
for all the stuff you've done.
No,
I'll take it.
To our listeners.
Oh, okay.
Because we didn't get a chance to really celebrate the 200th episode. Initially, I had all these grand ideas about what we were going to do to celebrate 200 because it was a major milestone. And then life happened. You know, we had so many things. I'm not going to go into detail about it because they're still going on. But we've had some major challenges within our family. There's been some things going on. And it's just, you forget sometimes. You're focused on your business. You're focused on your jobs. And you're so busy doing, right? Trying to achieve.
That's right.
And you forget that, oh, yeah, there's that thing called life. You got so many things happen outside of those things you're trying to do. Sometimes you forget to be.
Sometimes you forget your spouse, but that's for later in the podcast. So
wow.
What?
Yes, that's true. She does forget me very often. But before we go there, let's make sure you guys get an opportunity. If you don't know who we are Snooks and Lovey.
Yes. We are Snooks and Lovey, and we are married into crazy.
We've been married for 25 years. And if you don't know the story, go back and listen to the early episodes. But why are you listening to us? Because
we've been married 25 years, and I still love him, and he still loves me.
Let's applaud that right there. If I had sound effects, it'd be like, woo, 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 woo.
That's right.
So, but the thing is, we've been through some things. I got stabbed as a result of her ex-boyfriend attacking her. And I interceded like the knight in shining armor that I am.
Yes.
And ended up getting stabbed through the heart. Underwent 2 open heart surgeries and had to deal with some stuff. Of course, you got to listen to the podcast. Listen to episode number 1. Also listen to episode number 5 to give you a firm understanding. And you can hear about all the drama that we had to go through. My family trying to boycott the marriage, the wedding. Just a lot of drama. And then, of course, you know, that little thing.
4 years later, I asked for a divorce.
Yes, she did. She sure did.
But I didn't go nowhere. I'm still right here.
Because I had her in a headlock.
We don't advocate violence. What
it was
are you talking
loving,
about?
It was one of them loving headlocks.
Anyway.
But you got to listen to the podcast, the earlier ones, to know. And that goes back almost 200 episodes.
Yep.
But in the meantime, if you've been enjoying the podcast and you like this one, go to Apple Podcasts and Spotify and put 5 on it.
I was waiting for that.
Yeah, put 5 on it and go ahead and leave a review. And more importantly, tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
And keep coming back.
And so the other part is, if you are interested in getting some coaching, hit us up for a discovery call.
Right. Discovery call. If you go over to marriedintocrazy.com, you're going to be able to see, hopefully by the time this airs, you're going to be able to see our brand new website. If it's not up when you first go, give it 24 hours and go back again.
Yeah. Come back Thursday.
But you can go there and book a discovery call where we spend 15, 20 minutes just chopping it up, talking to each other, and seeing how we can really assist you in raising the bar when it comes to your marriage, getting to that next level. And if you're on Facebook, we'd be remiss if we didn't ask you to go to Iron Tribe, the Facebook community, or basically Iron Tribe, the marriage community. On Facebook, and join into the community there where we do certain things like do things exclusively. Like we launched our Raise the B.A.R series exclusively for those individuals that are in our Iron Tribe.
And we even did a video. No, not a video. What is that? It was a video.
It's called Alive.
A live. It was alive, all right.
So you millennials,
it was very funny.
any of you millennials out there that are listening, if you are listening, stop laughing at my wife.
Okay.
We did a live on the Facebook. No, anyway, we just wanted to share that.
Whatever.
But I want to get back to my apology.
Okay, go.
So I wanted to do something really big because people, the friends that we know in the podcasting community, when you hit certain milestones, 100, 150, 200, the 500th episode, whatever, there's these big blowout celebrations. And we didn't. And again, it's because life intervened. But it really got me thinking, is it the milestones that we should be celebrating? Or is it the what comes after the milestone? They talk about when you run a race, right? That you don't just run to cross the finish line. They always say to run through the finish line, run past the tape.
Okay.
And this thought came to me that we shouldn't just celebrate the milestone of marriage. Like, oh, how many years? 10 years. Oh, we've been together 20 years. We just celebrated our 25th anniversary. Well, let's just say
almost 6 months ago, but
we just
ahead.
had our 25-year anniversary, but we didn't really get a chance to celebrate it for a whole host of reasons. But we are going to be celebrating it next month when we go to Barbados. Well, I have no idea how to do a Bayesian accent, but we're going.
Please don't.
We're going to Barbados, but and this all makes sense, folks. Just hang with me. We're celebrating even after the fact. It's not about hitting a milestone in your marriage or hitting a milestone. A championship team is great. You win the trophy, but everyone wants to know, can you repeat? What are you going to do after you win the championship? Are you going to fall off? It's just like musicians. They had that one song. Oh, okay, yeah. Are they a one-hit wonder, or are they going to come back with another song, another album, another CD? Are they going to come back? And our marriages need to have that kind of staying power where it's not just about the 200th episode. It's about the 201st. Like today, it's the 201st episode. And we're celebrating that because we're running through the tape.
Okay. So my take on this is, it's not just about the longevity. It's not, let me put it this way. It's not about the quantity. It's about the quality. So what we're going to talk about today is going to help with the quality while you're doing the quantity, if that makes sense.
It does. It makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
Actually, that's good. I like how you said that. And how do we do that? You have to have a certain belief structure, because some people asked me in the past, so we have singles that listen to this podcast. We have singles that we actually coach within our marriage coaching business. They're premarital, getting hopefully ready for that next step. And it's always coming up, I'm doing this so I have the right mindset to be ready for marriage. But in order to do that, you have to have a certain belief system.
That's right.
And that belief system doesn't just show up overnight. You don't go from having a single person's mindset to a married person's mindset just overnight. It happens over time. But see, it's those beliefs or that belief system that's going to dictate the actions that you take on a daily basis.
That's right. So the thing that we're talking about today is our new training.
It's
I was like, how do I say it? Because I didn't want you to word shame me.
No, it's not a word shame. Look, there is an 18 part video training series that we just launched called Raising the B.A.R.
Woo woo.
And we just talked about raising your beliefs or setting up a belief structure that's going to allow you to make or take certain actions on a daily basis. Because Snooks said, it's about the quality, not the quantity. And how do you get quality? The quality is taking very specific steps on a daily basis.
Hmm. So, if I can interject a little bit. So, like Lovey said, raising the bar. That's pushing it up. We're going higher. That's what we want to do. And BAR is an acronym and it stands for beliefs, actions, results.
So true. And again, it lends itself to what we already started talking about, which is that belief structure. If you have your beliefs in place, your belief system is really going to dictate what types of actions you take on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a belief structure that says that, you know what, I'm going to burn the boats. We are together in this, and who I was before this plays a part in who I am now and who I will become, but I'm burning the boat. There's no going back.
There's no going back. Mm-hmm. There's no, or you either do this or we don't do that. We have an and,
It's and proposition.
not an or. It's Lovey and I. It's not Lovey or me or Lovey or I, or however.
Right, exactly. And so what do you do after you say, I do? Right? So when you do that, it's like do's.
Do I do?
So, but what do you do after you say I do? You take actions on a daily basis. It's the little things that add up over time that's going to make a difference in your relationship, in your premarital relationship, as well as your, I want to say postmarital, but as well as your marriage in itself, your marital existence.
Right. The current. So, and then we talk about the truth about marriage. Um, so a lot of times, there are a lot of misconceptions about what marriage is, how people should react, how people should be, and those are all subjective, because everyone has their own idea of what a marriage is. But we talk a lot about what marriage is, the truth about it.
Well, and the truth of the matter is, it's what you make it, right?
Exactly.
It's exactly what you make it. And what we're proposing to all of you that are listening is to go to the show notes, take a look. At the very minimum, go to the Raising the B.A.R website, right? So it's raisethebarmarriage.com. So when you go there, take a look around. I hope that it gives you some things to think about. And today on the podcast, we want to give you some things to think about as well when you're thinking about, how do I get to that next level? How do I raise the bar on my marriage? Because we've talked about having the right mindset, right? That belief structure. And then having that belief structure is going to dictate your actions, but it's those actions that are going to yield the results that all of us are looking for and that we deserve in our marriage.
Right.
So let me ask you. So here we are.
You're asking me?
I'm asking you.
It's not rhetorical?
It's not rhetorical.
Okay. I got to answer. I'm ready.
Well,
got my game face on. I'm ready.
Game
Go.
face. All right, here we go. So here we are. Episode 201. We're running through the tape. What was it? How did you get from year 20 to year 25 in our marriage? What were the things that helped you go from year 4, I want a divorce, to 21 years later celebrating 25 years of marriage in Barbados?
Cool Moldy.
You got to work.
I go to work.
So I did a remix. So my remix was Kumo D and was it Shanae? No, who was it?
I don't know.
Myra. You got
Myra.
to go.
You got to go to work on Myra.
So it was kind of a remix right there.
We went to work. We went to work. And so here's the other part too. I feel like a lot of people, they look at the word work, like it's a bad thing. Work is fun sometimes.
Can be.
Work is hard, but work is very rewarding, because let's just keep it real. I don't think anybody's getting up, going to work just for the sake of going to work. What are you getting out of it? You know
Hi
what I'm saying?
ho, hi ho. It's off to work I go.
We go.
Nobody just whistles on their way to work. I mean, well,
I do.
sometimes
No,
I
I don't
do.
whistle. I sing. I got to get it in the mood.
But everything takes work. I like that you're pulling that up, because raising the bar in your marriage is going to take work. But the things that are most fun, that are enjoyable, takes work. Because let's keep it real. The worst sex that you ever had with your spouse, or anybody else for that matter,
was lazy.
it was lazy sex. But when you put in that work, it was like you got like Ice Cube.
Ice Cube.
put you back into.
Oh.
So when you actually, we're keeping it PG still, but no, but when you put some work in, that's when it was fun. There was sweat. There was, and that's when you got the cramp. My leg cramped up. But you know what? You laugh about it, but that's what makes it enjoyable and fun. And the same thing goes for our marriages. Look, a lot of times what we deal with, unfortunately, is just the tip of the iceberg.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
The tip of the iceberg, if you guys, we've used this analogy in the past, but if you think about it, what you see in all those National Geographic shows, the tip of the iceberg is just really about 10%, 10 to 25, we argued about this, between 10 and 25% of the iceberg is what we see above the water. And as majestic and as large as it is, it's just a fraction of everything else that's holding it up.
Yeah. So basically, with that principle, I mean, we can talk about, when you're having a disagreement, sometimes you're like, what in the heck? I thought we talked about this already. And there are times where I'm like, yeah, we talked about that much, but there's a whole big old, there's more
I said
to
I'm
it.
sorry. I said I'm sorry.
You didn't mean it though.
You didn't apologize. I mean, there's so much more that you needed to apologize for, or
Right.
there's so much more to the discussion.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, and it's those are the things that make a difference. These are the little things that are going to help you actually raise the bar on your marriage. And we talked about the ugly truth and some of those other things, but realistically, right now, it is your season. I don't care what you've gone through in the past. Again, we always say, barring abuse,
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to like physical,
Any type of abuse, you got physical, financial, emotional, verbal abuse is not allowed. Should not be allowed. And let me just, while we're saying that, anyone, I don't care whether you are, what gender you are, how you identify, anyone who is not safe in their relationship, we need to get safe. Okay, that's above and beyond. That's just off the bat. We need to get safe. You need to be safe. So.
Right. In order for you to be able to, like I said earlier, in order to be able to run through the tape, right, and go beyond just the finish line, you have to recognize that there's certain things that you need to expose yourself to. We've talked about it in the past. You've got to expose yourself to other couples. Build that iron tribe. Because just as iron sharpens iron, we as couples need to sharpen each other.
Right.
And the only way you're going to be able to do that is by reaping what you sow. And REAP is another acronym. We're talking about BAR as an acronym. Well, REAP is an acronym. And we've talked about this in the past. We need to raise expectations and provide exposure.
Mm-hmm.
Raise your expectations for your marriage.
Exactly.
Raise your expectations for what you should be as a spouse. So meaning what I should be as a husband. Okay, I need to raise the bar on what that means. I got to go above and beyond what it means to be a man in this relationship.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
My wife needs to raise the bar. No, I'm just playing.
I was about to say.
I'm just playing. But you reap what you
Trying to throw
sow,
me out
right?
there?
So it's kind of a play on words there, but you do reap what you sow. If you're sowing good seeds and you're sowing, the beliefs that we're trying to build in this 18-part video series, you're going to reap an amazing relationship.
Yep, exactly. So the thing is, there's a price to pay for it too. We can't just sit back. Like Lovey said earlier, what was the difference between year 4 and year 20? And I said, cool moldy. We went to work, So, and going to work is, so for some people, it may be hard, it may be whatever, but we pay the price in doing those things. We're reaping the benefits, but we're paying our price. You're either going to pay it up front or you're going to pay it in the back. So either way it goes, it's going to be it's a price that's going to be paid.
The price is going to be paid. We had a conversation with someone just recently talking about there's certain paths that are out in front of you. There's 3 paths. I said, one of the paths is going to lead forward towards your future. One of them is going to lead sideways, where it's going to actually keep you at the same level that you're at.
Lateral.
And one of them is going to take you backwards. And the funny thing about it is, every single one of them is going to be painful. Every single one of them is going to have some discomfort. Every one of them, you have to pay a price. The decision is you have to decide what price I'm going to pay and what's really going to pay dividends.
That's right. I'm paying a price right now. I'm a master in school for a graduate school for my master's, and I'm tired,
All the time.
all the time. But I'm paying the price up front, And some people may be like, well, if you don't, then how are you paying the price? Well, because it's something that I really wanted. When you stay lateral, you think about it, you're always going to see those people move past you. And paying the price may not feel, you may not feel anything physically, but emotionally, you can feel you're like, dang, I should have, in your mind, you're always I wonder what would happen if
That's so
we
true.
never want to be what would have happened or if
That's so true.
no
And
regrets.
our next podcast is going to be about, and I already know the title. It's going to be
He better not say nothing silly.
paying the price for when your wife goes back for a master's program. I think it's going to be subtitled, "Can you have sex during pursuing a master's program?" No, I'm just playing. I'm paying the price. Paying the price. No,
So,
but no, look.
hold on, time out, time out.
Hold
So
on, player. Hold on.
I'm gonna use that now. Is that what I can use that?
No,
Oh,
no, no. I'm not even opening. I opened the window on that one. I'm leaving
you
it alone.
sure did.
No, see, this is one of those things when life comes up. It's like the big bad wolf, right? Life shows up and it shows up and it wants to huff and it wants to puff and it wants to blow your house down.
Mm-hmm.
Your house being your home, right? And this thing in your marriage, these things that show up in life, it takes you back to the Three Little Pig story, right? Is your house made of straw, wood, or brick?
Yeah.
These things you're gonna figure it out, because if you don't have the right beliefs in place and you don't take the right actions, you're gonna find that your house is made up of either straw or wood.
Mm-hmm. So the thing is, at the end of the day, we want to be more together.
Hmm.
That's what we want to be. It's not just about how I'm more or how Lovey is. Together, we want to be more together.
That's true. And if you are being more together, then everything else you can deal with, right? Because you
Yeah.
know that as you're paying the price, you're paying it together.
Yeah. I mean, I have no problems paying the price because I know that I have no doubt that my husband has my back.
Ever. You never ever have to doubt
That you have my back.
that I don't have your back.
Oh,
I
okay.
got your back.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm saying it right.
No,
She's looking at me side eye
no,
like,
because there have been times when I'm like, I wanted to go shopping, you did not have my back.
no, I don't.
So well, you just said
I
always.
couldn't have your back 'cause
I'm
you had my
sorry,
wallet.
we already have it videoed. So
See,
social proof, is that what we call it?
but these are the things. I know we're just kind of bantering right now, but it's one of those things where we truly want each and every one of you to think about what's it going to take to raise the bar on your marriage?
Mm-hmm.
What's it going to take to raise the bar on your relationship so you're prepared for marriage? What do I need to do to raise my beliefs so I can actually take the steps that are needed to get the results that I'm looking for?
Well, I mean, and it's not even. I'm gonna say it's not even, but how much do you want to have the type of marriage that's phenomenal? You know, are we okay with just okay? Is that good? Oh, it's good.
See, I think if you're listening to this podcast right now, you're not one to settle. You don't want to just have a mediocre marriage. You don't want to have a mediocre life. You don't want to have that kind of relationship where it's like, I'm just here. I don't you know what I mean?
No, I know exactly.
I think you're
what you
seeking
mean.
something,
I know exactly what you mean.
and that something is just something better. It's raising the bar.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting to that next level. It's going from average to good, from good to great, from great to phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
It's a journey.
It is
You know,
a
and I think it's time for everyone to embark on that journey to where, and again, don't forget, it's not about the milestone. It's not about the 200th episode. It's not about the 25-year anniversary. It's about the journey, the things that we've discovered and been able to accomplish and fall down and get back up along the way.
Mm-hmm. So here's my thought on this. If we all think back to when we got engaged, whoever asked who to marry, the feeling that you had, and in your mind, what did you think? I don't think that, I can't speak for everyone, but I just kind of feel like I can generalize a whole bunch right now. I don't think that anyone thought I'm going to get married and it's just going to be mediocre, because we wouldn't have been excited about the engagement. You know,
Sure.
when you told your friend she's the one, or he's the one, and you planned to go get the ring, and that was, okay, we're gonna, and it was a secret, or what, however you did it, there was that excitement about it. So we go from being excited and everything to, okay, now we're married and we're just mediocre.
Right.
I mean, for me, I don't understand it. And I just don't think that we should settle for that kind of thing.
I agree with you. No, I agree. And it's funny. So my mentor, next weekend, I'm going to be, I'm excited. Next weekend, I'm going to be meeting up with a lot of the other coaches that I've done training with, and they came up with my mentor, E.T., Eric Thomas. So a group of us are getting together over in Michigan, and I'm looking forward to it. And what you're talking about reminds me of something that E.T. said years ago. He had a mixtape, and it was like, Monday I grind, Tuesday I grind. Mm-hmm. And we apply that principle of grinding to business,
yep.
But we forget that the vows are the grind.
Yeah. Why would you not apply that same type of principle to the most important relationship that you have?
Right. So Monday I grind with my vows.
I was about to say.
Tuesday I grind with my vows. And it's not always going to be a grind, but the more you do it, the more consistency you have.
It's going to be a grind. I'm saying.
She's talking about the sexual grind. No, but it's going to be one of those things where the more you do it, just like anything else, you build that muscle. You build that ability to where it's still a grind, but not as much of a grind. It becomes more second nature to you, right? It's that journey that we're talking about embarking on. Ladies and gentlemen, please, 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 please take a moment, ask yourself, what's it going to take for me to raise the bar on my marriage?
Yeah.
What's the one thing such that by doing it is going to make all the other stuff that I want to see and accomplish in my marriage that much easier? What's the one thing I can implement today? The one thing that I can actually do? And I'm just going to tell you. Go to the show notes.
I'm just going to tell
click on Raise the B.A.R.
Mm-hmm.
And get yourself this 18-part video series so that way you end up having something that you can refer back to time and time again. Because trust me, what I learned in year 6 of our marriage, I forgot by year 7 and had to relearn it in 8, 9, and 10 and reapply it. And there's things that you want to go back, restudy. And after you do things through repetition, then it becomes a part of your tapestry. It gets truly woven into who you are, your marital DNA.
So here's the other fun part about the video series. It's video, number one. Like Lovey said, you can refer back to it. There are 18, but you don't have to try to make 18 changes all at once.
Right.
Even if you watched all the videos, then you'd be like, I think I want to work on this video number 6, whatever what we talk about. I want to work on that. And you can focus on that for as long as you need to until it's second nature. Then, okay, let's move on. We can go to another one. So don't feel like you're going to be overwhelmed because there's 18. No one said do all 18 at one time.
Right. And the beauty of it, too, is there's worksheets that are involved, and it gives you some things that you can actually work on. And look, don't take our word for it. There are couples on the website that are giving testimonies, social proof, that are talking about they went through it. They were part of our test market. They went on, they did the entire series and gave us feedback. And I'm telling you right now that we're super proud of this series, but more importantly, we're super proud of each and every one of you that will take advantage of the introductory price that we put out there for this. And I want all of us to put in the work that's needed to raise the bar on our marriages so we can run through the tape.
That's right.
So
and just be a happier, united marriage community. That's what's up right there for me. I love love. I love when I see people in love, and I love when it's real love and we're working and we have other couples that we can hang out and kick it with.
We want a vacation with you.
That's what I'm saying.
Look, no shade. I mean, we're throwing no shade at all of our single friends. We got single friends.
Oh yeah,
we got single family.
All out.
We got single people that are listening to the podcast. No shade, but we love kicking it with other couples. We love it. As a matter of fact, we're traveling. We're going to Barbados. We're going to Turks and Caicos. We've been to. We love kicking it with other couples,
Yeah.
and celebrating the covenant. And more to come. More to come. We're going to be setting some things up in the future to where we're going to be inviting couples to go on these destinations with us to get a little bit of teaching, get a little bit, but more importantly, to be lifting up the marriage or the covenant of marriage together.
Mm-hmm.
So much more to come with Married into Crazy, and hopefully reaching our goal to where we can impact positively 1 million different couples to love their marriages and to be a shining example for so many others.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's anything left to be said.
Nope.
All right.
I don't think so either.
Until the next time.
Be blessed.
Bye.
Bye-bye.